The story of the bus is quite interesting because our eldest son was diagnosed last year June with high intelligence level Asperger's autism. So he's highly functional, plays sports, he runs around, like any normal kid. We look at it as a superpower and not like the government that looks at it as a disability. But when we travel, it takes a day or two or three for him at the new place to be calm and chilled and actually sleep. And then we started talking about a bus. So we looked for a Bedford bus, and then we looked at a Bedford truck. And then end of last year, between Christmas and New Year, just after Christmas, we went camping for one night. We were going to go camp, visit a friend of ours that are camping for one night, and Marg and the kids slept in the car. I pitched the tent, and the next morning when we were planning to go back, the car wouldn't start. Because of the type of the car, the little car light was on. It uses a lot of battery power to start. So I had to phone a friend, and the guy could only come to me the next day. So we camped for another night.
And the kids enjoyed it so
much. And the kids loved it so much.
They were playing in the ash, the next door camping ash.
Right. And they really had so much fun. And we've always said we don't really want them to grow up in a mall. So we started gumtreeing and looking and looking and looking. And we found this old Ford Triton bus for 45,000 rand on Gumtree. We went to go see the guy. He started it. He drove it up and down. Great. And I said, yes, maybe soon. And off I went again. And when I got the money together, I phoned him. Bus was still available. We bought it and we took it. Craig from Craig's Car Care fetched it for me. I took it to his workshop. Did me a quote on stripping the inside, stripping the outside, cleaning it up. And then from there we'll take it and we'll start building. So Craig then started his work. He built all the lock boxes for me on the outside, boxes for putting gear in, to put the geysers in, put the water tanks in. And it evolved because initially Margot just wanted a bus with some hang mats and a few pillows and something simple. And of course,
just to be familiar, let us be familiar with these things.
Surroundings.
His surroundings. So his bed stays his bed. Doesn't matter where you go.
So it evolved into becoming much more than just a bus with hang mats. And originally we wanted to paint the bus grey on the outside.
Sit down.
And we were toying around one morning and she said to me, but why don't we put a comic strip on the outside? We thought, well, that would be fun for the boys. So we got hold of a friend who's an animation student, and he drew us a mock-up. We actually made a mock-up of existing comic strips. We liked it a lot, and then for copyright purposes, he hand redrew it on computer. And we had that printed and put on the outside of the bus. And then we decided the interior, Leandro loves Flash, Alexander loves Batman. They didn't know about the comic strip at all. The first time they saw it was when it was done and the bus arrived at home with the comic strip on. And they were super, super excited. So the price of the bus, then, cash flow is always a big thing. You wait for money, see what's happening. Craig and them carried on the outside. I got Floyd Smith involved. He's a carpenter in the movie industry. We've done a few big projects together. And, I was his assistant because, me with tools, not a good thing. And Floyd practically built the whole inside of the bus, all the woodwork, the tabletop, the beds, the bunks. I had a shower door manufactured. He built the Perspex box for the shower floor. He installed the taps. He did the fiberglass work on the floor of the shower. He did the ceiling with ABS plastic. He installed the LED lighting in the roof, with me being his Aussie. My electricians are coming in next week, this week actually, just to do the final wiring of the bus. And then hopefully next year we will put solar power in. For now we'll run off generator or campsite power. And when I've got some more money we'll put solar power in. But it's been a...
And when you were deciding on the bus, what were you looking for?
We were just thinking, ideally we were looking initially for a Bedford, but found out that they were hell of expensive because it was quite a cool retro look. And then when we bumped into this bus, we just fell in love with it. We were just looking for something big enough to build a motorhome that you can camp with, but not too big. because there's a lot of them out there, but they are a bit too big, and then you really require a massive engine, huge fuel consumption, and that was not the idea. So also a lot of the stuff in the bus is what we repurposed out of the actual bus seats that were in the bus. We used that metal to build the roof rack. So that's now the roof rack on top of the bus. We must still build the exterior staircase for the bus that you can climb on, because I want to make it a viewing deck that you can actually climb onto the top and sit, rather than just a ladder. So you've got to be able to get up there with your cool drink or your beer or whatever.
With the bus builder, you don't really know what actually happened to us. Like, we had to take, he went away for work, and my little one, with the autism, he felt into depression. And then his psychologist phoned us like, hello, you're not going anywhere without this child anymore. He cannot go without his dad. So now he's taking out of school next year. The end of the year we're taking it out, so he will be homeschooling. And then he will be homeschooling in the bus with his dad, wherever his dad is.
Wherever I'm working in the country, where we go, the bus will go. It will be a home base for us. And he can
where we go, because he needs to be homeschooled now. So he will be traveling with his dad wherever he needs.
So that was the other reason for building the bus. That when I'm saying Polokwane or in Natal or whatever, the bus goes up. The kids and the family is with me, and they experience more than just staying at home and going through the normal system. Looking at getting back to what we were looking for in the bus, something that would be comfortable to drive, not a huge fuel consumption, something that really works nicely. Now, obviously, I blew the motor that was in there. I seized it because the oil pump backed up. But that opened up the opportunity to look for a very well eco-friendly engine, if I can call it, or something that's very fuel sufficient. So at the moment, yeah, I mean, also Margaret still needs to get a code 10 that she can drive the bus, because the idea is also when I'm working and they want to go away for a weekend, just jump in the bus, it's packed, it's ready. Go to a campsite 50 k's away from here and just go camp for the weekend.
Because the moment the boys came to me, oh Mum, all the other boys is going to the movies, and I come from a farm. It's like, no, you're not going to the movies, you're not going to the mall.
You're going to go hang in the mall.
That's why I said, let's build this bus. I'm done, I'm going camping.
I've got to do a lot of research still on what engine to put into the bus, and I'm sure there's great guys out there that knows what to do. But it's just, yeah, I've got to still do that and figure out. But as you said earlier, definitely it should be a diesel engine. And I want to make it automatic, and it's easier for Margot to drive it with power steering. So the next step is to do that. Now, don't laugh. We're going camping on the 14th of December with this bus, without an engine. So a friend of mine supplies vehicles for the film ministry, and I've asked them to assist me, and they've gladly agreed to help me. They run a company called The Pound, and they deliver vehicles and motorbikes to movie sets. So they're going to hard tow with a steel tow beam, going to come hook the bus and tow it for me to the camping site, and they will camp for 2 weeks, and then they'll bring it back for me, and so which means we can still go on holiday. So I'm also one of those persons, I don't like to be stopped. You know, when life throws lemons, I make tequila, because I still want to go camping with the kids. They're super excited. So there's no engine. Excited. I don't need the engine to camp. I've got a generator to run the power, and no, it's going to be fine. He's an animation student, Bjorn Nightingale, a friend of ours' son, and he did the mock-up for us using the actual comics, and then in a spate of 2 days he redrew it on computer, and we had it printed by GT Graphics in Cape Town, and they came and put it up for us. So it's pretty cool, and it's different on each side. And then we decided on the inside, my wife had little stickers made, Batman and Flash, and the kids' bedding, Leander's bedding is the Flash, and Alexander's bedding is Batman. So it was pretty cool. And then Margot did this Autism is My Superpower, and this is quite an interesting story. We parked the bus here, and about 2 weeks after we parked the bus, one day I came out, and a lady and her daughter came to me, and she said, this is my daughter Bia, she wrote you guys a letter. And on the top of the letter it said, to my autism neighbors. And she says, I love your bus, and I walk past every day, and I've recently been diagnosed with with autism. I'm 24 years old. Can I please come see your bus? So we invited her over, and we made friends. She came and had a look at the bus, and she's got a BA in languages. She studied, and only recently they diagnosed her with Asperger's autism. So it goes undiagnosed a lot of times, and the real people struggling with it. But already someone got inspired by this and made connection with someone else. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And I see you got nice clearance on the truck, on the bus.
It is pretty great. I want to just get some keys that I can open some of these boxes just now. The only problem is at the back, because I added this on. It's actually the side steps from a Toyota.
Is it a rear wheel drive, I presume?
The bus, I wouldn't know. As I say, I'm not technical at all.
I guess to get a little, if you needed more clearance, you'd have to put a slightly bigger tire on.
Yeah, the problem with the bigger tires is basically your turning hours, but it can be done.
But you could maybe have a bigger one on the back and the same size in the front.
Yeah, again, you'll have to get the specialist into that. I still need to put rubbers in here on the sides.
Yeah. Also, like Dunlop is like. If you're going to Africa, you want to be at Goodrich or like.
Of course.
Like,
I mean, I would have preferred to put a nice, like a chunky tire on, or a Cooper. But if I make enough money in the next few months, and we do attempt to do the trip, I would definitely consider changing the tires to something more chunkier and
with a stronger slide.
better. So, we're also working out our own system here. A little bit of a lockbox. And I want to show everyone how to open my bus with enough locks.
Yeah, I know. With a bus like this, you're not gonna, the next edge is going to be too small.
Yeah. I mean, our thinking is to obviously, once the bus is going, we want to run a blog.
Yeah.
A blog about the bus, yeah. So,
and you want to be, obviously you want to be off grid with this guy.
yeah, the main idea is to be completely off the grid with the bus once we've got the solar power and solar system.
And what was the shell like of this bus?
I'll send you some photos. It was pretty good. We obviously cleaned it all out and replaced all the isotherm.
Yeah.
We put new Think Green in to keep it cool and to make sure it's nice. Margaret did all the curtains for us. Here's a beautiful fridge.
That's the biggest.
It's quite a big camping fridge.
And in terms of staying open when you're rattling down a gravel road?
Oh well, the key thing here is that we've got a ratchet on it.
Okay.
And then when we drive with it, there's another ratchet that comes around and keeps the door closed. We still need to do the baby locks. What we're going to do on the doors.
You got nice solid
So it's a bit dirty, we haven't cleaned it all out yet. But yeah, we'll go for a good clean up before we go away.
Where does the bed go when you're driving?
So this bed goes up into the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a roof?
Yeah, so basically this whole bed lifts up
to the roof
and
then
stuck
you got
into
more
the roof,
space.
and the seat comes back down. The two kids are here, we in the front, and then you can actually drive. And obviously,
And where is it possible? Okay. We can get to the front bit later.
oh, okay.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you can see there.
You probably got a 4-speed manual at the moment.
This one's got a 5-speed manual.
It's quite nice to have 5 gears.
Yeah, but I mean, driving it here from Montague Gardens, it was fine. It was going good
It's
uphill.
got a heavy clutch or like.
Very light clutch, actually.
Do you really even need the automatic?
I would like to, because my wife wants to drive it as well. So that's why I would go with the automatic transmission. Some people say you shouldn't because it might be searching too much for the gears, especially with automatic box, if you're struggling going uphill. So the jury's still out on that, but I think just because it's so big and you've got to concentrate so much to keep it in the road, to still worry about gears is a tall order. Even me driving at home, it was a bit of a nerve-wracking experience.
Allison make a good automatic gearbox, don't they?
Yeah, I've heard, but now, you know what motors do they fit though?
I think a lot of them use it. You basically want to mix the motor with the same gearbox from the same vehicle.
No, that would be the idea to match
And then it takes the guesswork
two.
out of it.
Well, yeah, because I'm not technically minded at all, so I'm a bit of a when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So this week we're going to stick the tap in here. I'll show you
And you
this.
spent 45 on buying it. I mean, I'm sure it looks like you've spent more than that already on the vehicle.
Yeah, I've basically spent 45 on buying it, and I think we on 100. So 145 this
So
time.
if you can get out of 200, you'll be happy.
Yeah, I think.
Probably after the engine, you're going to be over that.
Well, the cost I've got so far, if I've got 60k, I can put a good motor in here, automatic gearbox,
Yeah.
aircon, with a power steering, is 60,000 rand.
There you go.
So 210,000 all done.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean that excludes the appliances that I've bought, because I bought it earlier. It wasn't specifically for the bus, so
Yeah.
we've used a lot of stuff that we already had, not wanting to go and buy brand new.
And in terms of heat, it's not too hot yet.
It's not very hot. I
being
mean,
in the sun.
it's 11 o'clock in the morning now. The sun's out.
Is there a stuffer in
Yeah,
between?
we've
you?
got isotherm in here and think green,
Yeah.
so that helps a lot. And also the fact that the roof rack has got wooden decking on it,
Yeah.
so it gives a bit of a buffer from the sun, so you don't get direct sunlight onto the actual metal
You got the heavy
roof.
curtains.
Yeah, Margot made these curtains, blackout curtains. So you've got a 50-litre water tank in the side, down there, which we fill with a hose pipe. Also, what we plan to do is we also have a water bowser trailer. So if we go camping where there's not a lot of water, we take our own water with, and then we can just dump into the tank. And then you got your drawers. What's right there? So for all your pots and your pans and your stuff. And there's lots of storage in here.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the
And
poles.
does it have like a heavy thing to keep it closed?
Yeah, it's actually quite heavy itself. So if you want to go get some of those baby locks,
Yeah.
you just tag them on like Velcro.
And would you do like Bobby Anscliffe in this, or would that be?
I've driven Bobby Anscliffe before. I won't be able to do the whole one. You'll get to a certain point
Yeah.
with it. Because I actually did Bobby Anscliffe 4 years ago. We scouted it for a TV show.
Yeah.
But the idea is, we'll take it slow. First do 100 k's from home,
Yeah.
then 200 k's from home, then 300 k's from home. But I like a good cup of coffee, so that's in here. Little microwave mounted. And then drawers and games and toys for the kids. And these beds, actually, this makes a big bed. And then also, you've got storage underneath.
Is this the engine underneath here?
No, the engine's in front.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you got a rear door, which is
Yeah,
nice.
which is nice because that door we open up and it gets beautiful breeze.
And
through.
how many seater was this originally?
22 seater, but
It's a fair size.
it was bench seating on
Yeah.
the sides, and it had this ramp with a ramp out because it came from a school for disabled kids.
Okay.
They had sold it to someone, and I bought it off that guy. So it actually had a ramp to get the wheelchairs in.
And do you have a name for the?
We don't have a name yet. We haven't given the bus a name yet. The jury is still out. We're still
You
picking a
always need
name.
to go on your first trip, and
Well,
it'll
that's the
come to
idea.
you.
That's the idea. So a little
A nice shower as well.
Yeah, a porta potty that can move out. There's a polka dot shower curtain, which will come up here. There's LED lighting in the roof. So there's a lot of finishes to be done. But you want to go camp with it, check it out, and then we can work on the finishes slowly. But
Would you think this is like a growth industry where you could potentially make one for other people down the line once you've figured it all out?
I would love to do that, but I mean, obviously, capital is the big thing.
Yeah.
But it would be custom built
Yeah.
for individuals.
Yeah.
But I would think I would more share my knowledge that I've gained, because I don't know a lot, with people and help
Yeah.
them in the process. Then
Yeah.
say, give me your money, let me build you
Yeah.
one. It's more they would like to
Yeah.
or want to build one themselves, and then you can come together and help people and see. Because my wife, at stages we got to a point where let's just sell the bus. It's like, no, let's just calm down. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And we're going to go camping. It's going to get towed there. It'll get towed back. Something stupid we learned. When we put the perspex onto the painted wood, obviously it was dry. But now with the bus sweating, it's making little bubbles or between the perspex and the wood.
Yeah.
There's moisture coming in from atmospheric or wherever. And now when it rubs, the paint comes off. So this perspex will all come out again. And we'll get little rubber seals in between the perspex and the wood, because then you won't have that problem with the paint coming off.
And have you guys been doing much camping in preparation for this?
No, not really.
So are the expectations going to be what reality?
Of course, that's the reason, because we made this so comfortable that it basically is, it's a home away from home.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I originally had a plan that the cupboard behind you would have a door that sealed that compartment off.
Yeah.
Because I snore and my
Yeah.
wife doesn't. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. But we figured out if we put the portable aircon here,
Yeah.
we run it off the Jenny,
Yeah.
the noise, she won't hear me snoring. And the pipe goes out the window. Otherwise, I've got a spare tent,
Yeah.
which I'll set up outside for me
Or you can sleep
camp.
on the roof.
Yeah. I've got a fold-up bed. It's a fold-up double bed, so it's
Yeah.
not having to sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
But we had proper mattresses made. So it's a proper good mattress. It's not... Probably you find a lot of the campuses have got thin, shabby mattresses.
Yeah.
So you don't get a good night's rest.
Yeah,
And having
yeah.
two boys that are very active, you want to have a good sleep. So there's a built-in braai that comes out of the bottom of the bus for camping. I've got shade netting for the floor. I've got a bit of a tent for the top. So the idea is to be quite comfortable.
In the top 3 places where you see yourself taking this bus?
Definitely Malawi. I'd love to go to Lake Malawi with it.
That's a 3 to 6 month adventure right there.
Exactly. I drove from Kenya to London a few years ago for a TV show, and we did it in 50 days. But yeah, Malawi is like a good 30 or 50 day trip.
Yeah.
It would be great.
I suppose in your line of work in winter you can chip away.
Yeah, if I can do it if I've made enough money in summer. If I didn't make enough money in summer, then you can't go.
Yeah, it was quiet last year with the drought. Is it picking up this year?
It's picking up, yeah. I mean, I didn't work June, July, August. I flew out for a month, end of August, to Malta to go work on a show there. And now I'm on a feature. So it's picking up. It's getting busy. Commercials are very, very busy now.
And this obviously long term, this saves you money going on holidays in this.
Well, that's also a big part of it because you go now and you go rent a house. It's $2,000 a night.
Two lighties is not cheap.
It's $2,000. If you go to Jongersfontein, in off season, 1,500 rand a night.
Yeah.
So now you go camping, you pay 200 rand a night for a campsite.
Would you wild camp in this?
Wild camp.
Like in the Cedarburg in the middle of...
Yeah, of
park
course.
at the
That's the idea to do the solar, because that's why we want to do the solar, because I don't always want to go camp where other people camp.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to go where there's nothing.
Yeah,
And then you want to do your solar, you don't want to still struggle with the generator.
yeah.
You don't want to make noise. You want to
Exactly.
just calm and rustig and relax. So definitely Cedarburg.
Richtersveld.
I grew up in Namibia, so I'd love to go to Ranjemund with us.
There we go.
And the Richtersveld and Port Northern, McDoodles Bay, those
Yeah.
places. We love the West Coast.
Yeah.
Margot, my wife, is from Oudtshoorn, and there's also great campsites out that way.
Would you this fit down here?
No, there's no way that this will fall apart going there. It's already falling apart. I mean, I'm going to fix a few things on it, but it's just like these still need to be connected.
At least you got enough clearance that you can do moderate gravel and still get
Yeah,
it.
no, I mean any normal gravel road should be
Yeah.
fine. I mean, I've already had a few people saying, "Can you be renters for Africa Burn?" And I said no,
Yeah,
because you'll never get that dust out.
yeah.
That dust is just too powdery.
The
So
sheets will never be the same.
yeah, exactly. The sheets will never be the same either. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a fun project, but.
Will you rent this out for movies?
I'm in the
That's
industry myself. I'll rent it out as a prop vehicle.
Yeah.
But it doesn't actually have a big usage as a production vehicle or anything
Yeah.
like that. Definitely as a prop for movies. And obviously when I go away on movies, then I'll use it for that. We'll see.
Nice.